Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, I'd like to pray to the east. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashir, Rekah Kodash, and double honors to those great millstone while unto his truth, and also to the Ophilet that is scattered abroad. I'd like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another live camp through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahweh Shai. And the title of the live camp today is 2026, a year of prophecies. So I'd like to say shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahweh Shai. So we seeing right now that 2026 is constantly popping. You know, we seeing right now that these prophecies are picking up left and right. Also, we know that the Lord is constantly accelerating time for the elect's sake. So, you know, so the Lord said those days shall be shortened. So we seeing a lot of things are happening. You know, multiple things are happening across the world simultaneously. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's causing these prophecies to pick up. So that's what we're constantly seeing left and right. We're very excited. You know what I'm saying? We are rejoicing because we know that we're almost at the end of this nightmare. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is getting ready to return. We're seeing it right with our own eyes. We're seeing also judgment is now in hand. We're seeing Jacob's trouble is coming fast, brewing. So we seeing what's going on in the news. So I seen today a video. I got a video, so I'm gonna bring out too. I got to put up a disclaimer first because we know how YouTube get down with these guidelines, and also we know that famine of the world is fast approaching. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, you know, it's time to get it while it's hot. And one thing about only the election will have changed this time around. But anyway, we know that Germany is going to stand with Denmark on the what's going on with Greenland. So we seeing right now there's a big conflict is constantly brewing, you know what I'm saying, between the U.S. and Greenland, saying they're going to take Greenland by force if necessary. And also I heard a report that they are going to say if they become a part of the U.S., saying that they will give the citizens 100,000 apiece. That's what I heard. I don't know if it has been confirmed or what, but I heard a report on that also. So we seeing right now this devil is constantly, you know what I'm saying, it's putting his pieces together. But we seeing right now that he's trying to bring forth his new agenda, you know, his new system, you know, that he's trying to put into place. You know what I'm saying? This MW, you know, this NWO, the MOTB, you know what I'm saying? This digital society. We seeing he's working it left and right. Also, we seeing that rumors of wars are all over the place. Civil unrest, civil war, sleeper cells in America. And also, it was another announcement he made saying that he is getting ready to go into Mexico to combat these these drug cartels. And they said that they are ready. You know, so we seeing right now these heathens are raging left and right. And one thing about it, we know that we're sounding like a broken record, but guess what? These are the times that we're living in. The Lord said, warn them for me. You know, constantly be repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Because when the Lord bring it, ain't gonna be no more talk. That's why you need to get it right now. We're seeing that right now the end is unfolding right before our eyes. The end is being manifest. That's what we're constantly warning you about, left and right. And also this super flu that is constantly spreading across America. They be kind of keeping it quiet, but it's constantly, you know, picking up. It's constantly spreading. You know what I'm saying? It said it was mixed with pneumonia, was mixed with flu, and also with the C19 and also HIV. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that's constantly happening in the news. In the middle of the Lord, we cannot hardly keep up with it, but we see it through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashir Shai. The Lord give us that balance where we can. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? We see that the truth is going out left and right. We know that we're getting very close to something big is getting ready to happen. We already know that all hell is getting ready to break loose. In the middle of the Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right, whether you will hear or whether you will forbear. So that we'll start off in Jeremiah chapter 29. And also we know that we're seeing that we're very close to the implementation of the RFD microchip, which in fact is the mark of the beast. And we're seeing that Jacob's trouble is fast approaching. It's unfolding right before our eyes. So I start here first in Jeremiah. Make sure I'm running. Yeah, I'm running. And so let's start off here first in Jeremiah chapter 28. Jeremiah chapter 28. We'll start up at verse 8. It said the ancient prophets let's start off here. Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. It says, the prophet that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. So that's exactly what we constantly warn you about: war, World War III. We seeing that what right now. We seeing the all this chaos that's going on in Iran right now. They're saying the government has collapsed over there. You know, we're seeing rioting, rioting, and we're seeing a lot of protesting, Salaki. You know what I'm saying? That's going on over there right now. And also they saying that they had these agent, I can't think of the name of it anyway, but anyway, they say got agents over there constantly pushing the issue, you know, to make them, you know, to go against their government. I put it like that. You know what I'm saying? That what you call infiltration. I put it to you like that. But anyway, we're seeing right now that Iran is in chaos right now, and also it's rumors that Israel and America are going to go into Iran. Also, Iran said they have declared war on America and Israel. So we're seeing that things are constantly picking up what in the Middle East, you know, left and right. A lot of things that's happening. Pestilence. We constantly warn you about what these outbreaks, these disease that is constantly happening, you know, as a fast pace across the world, left and right. You know what I'm saying? We seeing these things are constantly picking up. Famine. You know what I'm saying? Evil time. What? Jacob's trouble. That's what we constantly warn you left and right. So let's read this once again. Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. It said, the prophet that had been before me and before thee of old, both against many countries. So let me start over again. Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8 said, the prophet that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. So that's exactly what we constantly warn you about. This evil time, you know what I'm saying? Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, pestilence, disease and outbreaks. Constantly, you know what I'm saying, it's coming, increasing across America. And also we constantly warn you about, that it's time to repent. It's time to return, you know what I'm saying, to the Lord, because the door of repenting is constantly closing. We see we coming upon a great economic collapse. We're seeing that right now. We're at the end of the dollar, coming into a cashless society. And also I said it was a report about the mail, the post office workers, the postal workers, saying that they're gonna have to show some type of ID or something. It's going into something about that. I gotta get a little bit more information on it, but it's dealing with these digital IDs. So we're getting very close to this time where they're getting ready to implement this new system. So let's read verse 9. It says, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him. So that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? So in that day, they shall know that a prophet was among them. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. You know, we constantly warning you about war, constantly warning you about an evil time, constantly warning you about pestilence, constantly warning you about famine. You know what I'm saying? Earthquakes in diverse places, evil time. You know what I'm saying? These things are constantly growing all around the world. So now let's go here to 1 Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Let's go here first. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and we started at the top at verse 1. And it says, but the times and seasons, brethren, ye have no need that we write unto you, because we know perfectly well the times and seasons that we're in. You know what I'm saying? We're in a time of war. We're in a time of trouble that we've never seen before. That's what we're constantly seeing left and right. All these nations are constantly preparing for war. We constantly seeing it left and right. The birth pain, seeing it happening with our own eyes. Verse 2 said, for yourself know perfectly that the day of the Lord a Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So it's going to come like a thief in the night when people are not watching, when they're not considering the signs of the times. And one thing about it, we're seeing right now that these 2026 is very prophetic. We're seeing these things are lining up just like clockwork. Verse 3 said, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So right now we're seeing that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of peace talks been going on about trying to get the Ukraine, you know, trying to get that war to cease. But we're seeing right now that it's constantly picking up. You know what I'm saying? Also right here in America, you know, what you call Fortress of America, you know, they trying to get everybody in line with their agenda but we already know that it's going to be a total disaster. Let's read this once again in the NLT. So when people are saying everything is peaceful and secure, then disaster will fall on them as suddenly as a pregnant woman labor pains begins, and there will be no escape. So that's where we at right now. We're in the labor pain. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of sorrow. We're seeing things are picking up left and right. We're seeing the vibration is changing all over the world. These things are constantly, left and right. You know what I'm saying? Let's read this here in verse 4. It said, but ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. And that about, you know what I'm saying? We're not in darkness like others. A lot of people love darkness rather than the light. You know what I'm saying? They love this world. They love all these different things. You know what I'm saying? They are polluted. They are wicked. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know what I'm saying? They love the darkness rather than the light. Once again, which in fact is wisdom and knowledge in this gospel. And that about, but we're not in darkness like others. You know what I'm saying? We are in the know. We know exactly what's getting ready to go down. We know exactly what's getting ready to happen. All hell is getting ready to break loose. A lot of people are sleeping right now. A lot of people are relaxing in their leaves. And all of a sudden, when they say peace and safety, then total destruction will come upon them. So let's get another one right quick. So a lot of people love all sorts of wickedness. Let's go here to Proverbs chapter 22. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3. It says here, it says, a prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself. It said, but the simple pass on, said, and are punished. So right now, we said a prudent man foresees the evil. We seeing that we're in this time. We seeing that World War III is getting ready to kick off. We seeing the civil unrest in America. We seeing that Jacob's trouble is at the door. And also, we're seeing what the implementation of the MOTB, the RFD microchip, that C here. They already talking about mass production of this Neuralink. You know what I'm saying? Or Elon Musk already done announced it, that it's going to be in what you call high volume, mass production. You know what I'm saying? And that is to make you a walking device. And also they're already talking about this 6G technology. You know what I'm saying? That, whereby to connect you to the internet of body. Along with that charagma. You know what I'm saying? That it shall go to your right hand or your forehead. That's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? Let's read this once again. And the NLT says, a prudent man, a prudent person or a wise person foresee his danger and take precaution. The simpleton goes blindly on and suffer the consequence. So who is the simpleton? You know what I'm saying? Or the two-thirds. You know what I'm saying? They constantly seeing things that's happening, hearing things, but hey, you know what? That's fall. That's not going to happen in my time. But guess what? They're seeing it right with our eye. I got a video for that too. Dude was saying that he didn't believe that this was going to happen in his lifetime. That this is spot on. So the proof man foresees the evil. We seeing this time of trouble is coming. Also, we seeing the end, and also we seeing our salvation is at the door. So I'm gonna get this little disclaimer. I'm gonna get this little disclaimer. Then I'm gonna show a few videos right quick because man, I'm telling you, it's so much information is coming out, man. I'm telling you, man, the Lord is flooding the internet right now. Because one thing about it, ain't gonna be no excuse when the Lord bring it. There ain't gonna be no more talking, man. That's what we constantly want you left and right. We're not out here on our own behalf. We're not out here for fame and glory. We're not out here for cash apps and trying to get money. We're out here to do the will of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh. We ain't giving a damn about nothing. We're trying to get the hell out of here. So let's get this disclaimer right quick. Let's see. See if I can get it to play. One moment. Trying to get this disclaimer up before we show anything.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
So right there, so I put up the copyright. I'm still gonna read it though because YouTube, they tripping right now. It says here, copyright disclaimer. It said copyright disclaimer under the Section 107 of the Copyright of the Act of 1976. Said allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, scholarship, and research. Said fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Said non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in fair use. So that's where we're at right now. So I had to put that disclaimer up. So now let's go to the first video right here. This right here lines up perfectly with Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16. The Elder Tahar, he did a little quick lesson on it.
So Germany is sending defensive military ships to Greenland. 2 different ships. One has an attack jet squadron on it. The other one has helicopters also. Both ships have anti-ship missile capabilities on board the ship. So things are escalating ahead of time defensively for Greenland, and Germany is the first to send aid to blockade any aggression by the United States. So, and if the U.S. happens to do something to these German ships, then we'll have all of NATO down on our head. So we shall see.
So we see it right there and lining up perfect. So, you know what I'm saying? You know, the Lord is showing these things left and right. So this line up perfectly with Daniel chapter 2 and also Revelation chapter 16. So we'll get that right quick. I got some more videos to bring out. But just like I say, though, you know, that's why I call the Dave Allied Camp 2026 the year of prophecies, because these prophecies are speaking right now. So we seeing right now, at some point, NATO is getting ready to turn against America, EU and NATO. You know, so we already seeing that, you know what I'm saying? That Mary Clay. You know what I'm saying? We seeing it left and right, man. These things are lining up. So see if I can get this damn thing to unfreeze. One moment. Let's go back in. You know what I'm saying? Just like I say, you know, these tablets and different things go to acting up. When you bring the truth out, you just got to deal with a lot of different things. Let's go here first to Revelation chapter 16. Let's go there. Let's get that right quick. But we're seeing right now that Germany is getting ready to stand with Denmark because of what America is trying to do with Greenland. You know what I'm saying? We already know that that Greenland is a part of Denmark. You know, so right now they're saying that they don't want to have anything to do with America. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to annex America. You know, make them a part of the United States. Also Canada, Mexico. I think Canada. What's the other one? Pretty much all of the Western Hemisphere. You know, this man right here, you know what I'm saying? He's not a keeper at home. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's not satisfied. You know, he want to, you know, keep going. And the Lord's getting ready to stop this man. Let's go here to Revelation chapter 17. We go straight to the point. Let's go here to verse 16 said that it says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest, which the beast, so like, let me start over again. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So that I did buy, you know, we already know who that beast is, you know what I'm saying? A whore that sits on many water, which in fact is America, Babylon the Great, and also these 10 horns going into what the EU and NATO. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get it together. You know what I'm saying? They seeing that what America is doing. They're seeing that this man is rising up. You know what I'm saying? They you know, America right now are what? Flexing their muscle. And they, you know, they're like, hey man, we gotta do something about this wicked red devil. You know what I'm saying? This man is, he's gone, he done lost his damn mind. Let's go here again. Revelation chapter 17, verse 16 said, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. What is that fire? These are IBCM missiles. You know what I'm saying? This thermonuclear fire, which in fact is these IBCM missiles that are getting ready to fly. You know what I'm saying? But we know this is not going to happen before the implementation of the RF microchip. So, but we are very close. So these things can happen very quickly. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing right now these things are constantly lining up left and right. So let's get that again. The guy saying this again. We're going to get this one again. We're going to go to the next video. Let's go here again and watch that once again. So, you know, they shall burn the whore. We're seeing that lining up just like clockwork. Let's get it again.
So Germany is sending defensive military ships to Greenland. 2 different ships. One has an attack jet squadron on it. The other one has helicopters also. Both ships have anti-ship missile capabilities on board the ship. So things are escalating ahead of time defensively for Greenland, and Germany is the first to send aid to blockade any aggression by the United States. So And if the U.S. happens to do something to these German ships, then we'll have all of NATO down on our head. So we shall see.
So I got another one. Let me line this other one up. Let's get this one right here.
We have some news right now. Overnight, Donald Trump has confirmed that the United States military will expand its military campaign targeting drug cartels with land strikes, then proceeded to name Mexico following that statement as what could be a possible target. Overnight, he said, we're now going to start hitting land regarding cartels. And then right afterwards proceeded to say that Mexico is run by cartels, alluding to the fact that the United States military's next target regarding military strikes could be Mexico. Now, the president has been toying this for a long time publicly, and Mexico's president, Claudia Sheinbaum, has repeatedly rejected any notion that United States military strikes could occur in Mexico. And yet, it appears as though we are moving closer to U.S. military ground strikes somewhere, with Mexico being a possible target. We'll see what happens next. I'll provide you more updates as we get more information. Spread the word. Follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about.
So we see it right now. This man is talking about going into Mexico. We already know it about Greenland. So a lot of things is constantly picking up. So we're gonna get a precept on that. Line it up perfectly. You already knowing about the 10 horns, which in fact is NATO and EU. They're coming up against America. You know what I'm saying? Also, we seeing right now Mexico, Venezuela, pretty much all these damn countries are coming up against America left and right. So let's start here in Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's go into Habakkuk chapter 2. It's been a very trendy precept right here, verse 5. It says here, Habakkuk chapter 2, and verse 5 it says, yea, also, because he transgresses by wine. Say he is a proud man, neither keeper at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, heapers unto him all peoples. And out of by, you know, it says here, he transgresses by wine, boy, by his policy, by his philosophy, by his democracy. You know, so right now, you know, America is the #1 influence in the world. All the nations flow into America, but now they're seeing that America right now is weak. They're seeing that America is on a decline, and also they're seeing that America is very wicked, and all these nations are coming in alliance against the West and Israel. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact, you're seeing that the BRIC nations is on the rise. It says here he's not a keeper. He said he's a proud man. And who is that proud man? The modern day so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? Not white, red. Genesis chapter 25. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, so he's very proud right now. We seeing he's speaking great words, you know, left and right. Who is going to stop me? You know what I'm saying? Who can defeat me? You know what I'm saying? Right now we see that President DJ Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, Nero, you know what I'm saying, and reincarnation. We seeing right now he's in full effect. You know what I'm saying? All sorts of all sorts of things. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people right now beginning to see that America is the problem, seeing that Israel is the problem. Least of the flock should draw them out. He said, neither a keeper at home. We seeing this man in what? In Venezuela. We seeing that this man is getting ready to go in what? Iran. We seeing that this man is trying to go into Greenland, constantly spreading himself very thin. But guess what? He's in for a rude awakening. You know, so he's not a keeper at home. This man loves going to other people, countries, constantly robbing them of their resources, their natural resources, all sorts of minerals, their wealth, gold, oil, and drugs, and also, you know, setting up their puppet government to constantly push this what you call this wine, this philosophy. You know what I'm saying? Their policy. You know what I'm saying? Left and right. You know what I'm saying? They want everybody to be just like them. You know what I'm saying? Wicked. But the Lord is constantly shedding light on this wicked devil. It says, who enlarges his desire as hell and as death. So here where this man go, death and hell follow this man. You know what I'm saying? Robbing, stealing, and killing. And also America has the most military bases in the world. I think it's about over 800. You're right at 800. You know what I'm saying? So we seeing right now, why this man got all these damn military bases? Because when you go to Job chapter 9 and verse 24, the earth was given into his hand, but only for what? A short season. So we're in that short season. It says here, he said, cannot be satisfied. So his ass is not satisfied. He want more and more. You know what I'm saying? This is the thief. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, he gonna keep robbing, stealing, and killing until the Lord cut his ass off. That's where we at right now. This man got to be stopped. And no one is going to stop him. It's Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. That's why he's trying to get this space force together. And also we know it in Greenland. I think Greenland has that. I think that Elon Musk have that system up there. I think that Starlink. I think it's in the main company. I think it's in Greenland, if I'm not mistaken. But so they're trying to get prepared. It says here, gather unto him all nations, and heaping unto him all people. You know what I'm saying? This is America's the nation melting pot. A lot of different cultures, a lot of different nationalities. Also, this man tried to bring forth this NWO, trying to put everybody in one pot, but it is not going to work. You know what I'm saying? New world, a new currency, a new government, a new religion. But hey, it's not going to happen. This man is for a rude awakening. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, you know, we see that he's trying to put his plan into place left and right. But says here, it says, verse 6 says, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases that which is not his, how long, and to him that is laden himself with thick clay. And everybody, that thick clay goes into tremendous debt. This man is in debt with China like you know what. And one thing about it, you know he's not going to pay back. He's getting ready to resort to that sword. And everybody, that's what we're seeing left and right. He's gathering, the Lord is gathering the nation, you know what I'm saying, to go for war. The Lord's getting ready to bring this nightmare to an end. We cannot wait. See, we're still running, yeah. So we're seeing right now that we're here. You know what I'm saying? Also, we've been having a lot of bad weather, you know, rain and wind and stuff like that. But the Lord said he will not be able to tell the times and seasons. So right now, we're seeing right now that we're getting ready to see a lot of things getting ready to pick up. We're seeing right now a lot of prophecies constantly lining up. And also we knowing that all hell is getting ready to break loose. Jacob's trouble is at the door. And also we knowing that incident that happened in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? That's going to, you know what I'm saying? Also Minnesota, that so-called young white Edomite lady got unalived. You know, whether it was a psyop or whatever it was, they're trying to push that agenda. And also there was another one, two other incidents that happened in Portland. It says here, verse 7 says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. So right now, America is getting ready to be overrun, or America is getting ready to be taken down. So it's already rumors of what? A sleeper cell. You know what I'm saying? He said, you know, this place is getting ready to be, they're getting ready to rise up suddenly. You know what I'm saying? These other nations, you know what I'm saying? These sleeper cells. You know what I'm saying? Also, we're seeing that these ICE patrol. Right now, we're seeing that DJ Donald Trump, when the man unalived a woman in cold blood, is on camera. And also what happened? It gave him immunity. You know what I'm saying? It justified it. You know what I'm saying? That he was not guilty, and saying that it was self-defense. So we already seeing how this is going. So we already know this is setting the stage for what? Civil war, civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? We already know that's what they want, you know, so they can bring forth what? Martial law, these lockdowns, you know what I'm saying? The sword and the destruction draws nearer and nearer. Let's go here. Verse 8, it said, because thou hast spoiled many nations, so all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence in the land, and saying of the city, and of all that dwell therein. So one thing about it, what was done to these other nations getting ready to be done to America. So payback is coming in a big way. You know what I'm saying? This nation has spoiled many nations. You know, went in and robbed, steal, and killed, took people resource. We seeing what he did with Maduro. You know, went down there, and whether it was a psyop or whether it was some type of false flag event, it don't really matter. The Lord's controlling all these things. So we seeing that the man has done that. The whole world is watching America. So that's reading this once again. It said, because thou hast spoiled many nations, you know what I'm saying, went down in Venezuela, it said, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence in the land, and of the city, and all that dwell therein. So we seeing right now what happened in Venezuela. They said they unalived about, I think it was 30 or maybe more than that. You know what I'm saying? That body, you know, they're not going to give you the correct number. So they unalived a lot of people. You know, they sent the Delta Force in there, and they said they use all sorts of force. You know what I'm saying? They just straight slaughter. So this man, he loved blood. You know what I'm saying? You know, this man, he's very wicked. You know, so we seeing right now with our own eye that this, you know, he's unfolding. You You know, it's unfolding right before our eyes. This man is getting ready to take peace from the earth, but it's all through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. Let's get here, Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. It says here, it said, and there went out another horse that was red. It said, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. It said, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And out about that horse that was red represents Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? And out about it, you know what I'm saying? He getting ready to take peace from the earth. And he was given a great sword, a great military, what technology. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're seeing it. Right now he's flexing all that right now. He's getting ready to use it in a big way. And also we know that these nations are getting ready to rise up against this red devil. You know what I'm saying? We know that they're in confederacy against this red devil. So let's go to Obadiah. And I got one more video and we'll probably get a couple of more precepts. Let's see here. Let's go to Obadiah chapter 1. And let's see here. Let's start up at verse 1. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 1. It says here, Edom judgment announced. It said, the vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord power concerning Edom. He said, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathens. So arise ye and let us rise up against her in battle. And that about those ambassadors is talking about what the prophets, you know what I'm saying? You know, sent out to warn you, you know what I'm saying, this red devil judgment, you know what I'm saying? That's where we at right now. So verse 2, it said, behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. So that's exactly what we're seeing right now. We're seeing that America right now is greatly despised, and also Israel. You know, these nations are getting ready to find out who's causing these problems around the world. Verse 3 said, the pride of thy heart or your mind had deceived thee. Thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that says in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So added by, you know, it's the pride of his heart. I mean, who is the most proud? You know, it's talking about America, also what Esau, Edom. You know what I'm saying? It said, thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rocks. And that about who came from the cliffs of the rock. You know what I'm saying? The original caveman, which in fact Esau, Edom came from what? Edom came from what? Mount Petra. You know what I'm saying? And these Caucasus Mountains. You know what I'm saying? Out about it, this man is real proud right now. You know, he came from the caves all the way up to wearing these damn monkey suits. You know what I'm saying? And everybody says whose habitation is high. So right now we're seeing that America, you know, has these major cities like New York, these skyscrapers, you know, Chicago, different places like that. Habitation is high, reminding him of those Caucasus Mountains, you know, those caves, you know what I'm saying? So that's his dwelling place, you know what I'm saying? So you're right here, we living right here in Babylon the Great, you know what I'm saying? This right here is a modern day what you call Basra. We know that Basra was an ancient city, a chief city in Edom. You know, so right now his habitation is high. It says here, who will bring me down? You know what I'm saying? Which in fact, that's what he's talking about right now. That's why he boasts and brags about going into Mexico, talking about going into Greenland. I mean, who the hell is gonna bring me down? Who gonna stop me? You know, I do what the hell I want to do. But guess what? He's in for a rude awakening. Verse 4 says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, this will I bring thee down. And not about, you know, he exalted himself as the eagle. And not about, we know that the nation of symbol is the eagle. You know what I'm saying? That's where, you know, you see that on all these flags and different things. They have the eagle everywhere. And also on the American dollar. You know what I'm saying? So this is spot on. You know what I'm saying? And also it set his nest among the stars. You know, what those satellites, those what you call these space stations. You know what I'm saying? So right now, you know, he think, you know what I'm saying? He think he is a god. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord said, hey, he gonna bring him down. Verse 5 said, if thieves came to thee, said, if robbers by night, said, how art thou cut off? So would they not have stolen till they had enough? Said, if great gatherers came to thee, said, would they not leave some great? So right now we know this is right here. This man is a damn thief. We know in ancient time, like you walk past like a fruit tree or a bush or whatever like that, you got enough for you. You know, maybe your family, you know, leave something for someone else, you know, in their family. But you know, we know that Esau, he's gonna take the fruit, you, and the damn tree and every damn thing. So we see him right now where he went down in what, Venezuela? You know what I'm saying? This man went down there and just took his man, took his country, and now he's talking about they're going to run his country for some time, you know, starting with the oil. So that's what it was all about. And also, it's already rumors that America is what bankrupt. So this man, goddamn, you know, he down there and took over this man's country. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we gonna run it for right now, till further notice. It says here, verse 6 says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? You know what I'm saying? This man right here, you know what I'm saying? How the hell? He's the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Also, the Lord is constantly making Esau barren and barren. Verse 7, this is the point right here. It said, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. Said, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in him. So one thing about it, we already know right now, these allies right now coming together, you know, against America and Israel. We know at some point they get ready to rise up, and also we know that Russia is getting ready to be a guard to these other nations. So we slowly seeing the picture lining up. Ezekiel chapter 38 is constantly lining up left and right. So we're seeing these things happen. Let's read it in the NLT. It said, all your allies will turn against you. They will help to chase you from your land. Said they will promise you peace. Said while plotting to deceive and destroy you. Said your trusted friends will set traps for you and you won't even know about it. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, these allies are slowly turning against America. When they say peace and safety, then total destruction will come upon them. See if we still running. You know what I'm saying? We still running. So that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? So we know what happened. You know, they was in Confederates against us. When you go, I think it's Psalm chapter 83. You know, all that was in Confederate. We got enemies. But now we seeing that now they're being a Confederate against what Esau Edom. So the tables are turning. What was done to us is getting ready to be done to them. You know, so that's exactly what we seeing left and right. Let's read this once again. It says Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 7 says, all your allies will turn against you. So we slowly seeing that right now. They will help to chase you from your land. So that's exactly, you know what I'm saying? This land is getting ready to be totally destroyed. So we ain't worried about chasing them from their land. They're going to be totally destroyed here. Said they will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. So one thing about it, you know, they constantly be in some type of negotiation between Russia and Ukraine trying to bring people. We already know that when they say peace and safety, then total destruction will come upon them. And it said you trusted friends. It says here, it says they will promise you peace while plotting to deceive and destroy you. It said your trusted friends will set traps for you and you won't even know about it. So right now we're seeing that Mexico, we're seeing that Canada, you know, they're slowly turning against America. You know, they don't like the thing that is going on. You know what I'm saying? You know, what this man is doing. And also we already, I hear rumors of that DJ Donald Trump is getting ready to get impeached. Well, we're going to see how that plays out. And also we're not hearing anything else about these Epstein files. So we're going to see, you know, right now this is going to be 2026 going to be very prophetic. Because we're seeing that things are constantly picking up with our own eyes. You know, these things are constantly happening left and right. Let's get this other video right quick. Let's get this video here. Let's get this one. Got one else, another one to show. Let's get that one here.
I never thought in my lifetime that I'll see a World War III, let alone a Civil War at the same damn time. How is it that out of Stephen Miller's mouth that we're superpowers, we're, you know, now you're bullies, now you're just trying to take over everything and even your own people. And with the killing of this lady in Minnesota, you got the governor waging war on the federal government. For the most part, you got Civil War, World War III at the same damn time because this fuckhead is causing all this madness, thinking that he is it's like he has all the rings. Y'all know what I'm so frustrated. I never thought my kids would be able to see a time where there's a world war going on, or that you have a dictator, which that's where we're going. We're going imperialism, dictatorship is
So you see, right now, you saw a lot of people, they thought, they were saying, oh, this ain't going to happen, that ain't going to happen. So what if some don't believe? You know what I'm saying? The problem, we constantly been warning you left and right. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 12. Let's go here right quick and get that. A lot of people are seeing and they're hearing, and now, it's obvious and clear that we're here. What the men of the Lord we constantly been warning you about left and right. So they seeing it, but we still have a lot of people are still going to buck up. They still going to rebel because what? They love their slave master. They love it here. You know what I'm saying? They think the Lord love everyone. Everyone can be saved, but you're in for a rude awakening. Isaiah chapter 12 and verse 2 says, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not, and they have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house to this day. You know what I'm saying? They hearing and seeing, oh man, it's going to be okay. It's just, right now we seeing a little bump in the road. We going to be okay. Everything is going to go back to normal. But it's nothing going back the same. All hell is getting ready to break loose. That's why let's go here to Matthew chapter 24. Because this is where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? We are in these birth pains. The Lord already told us what to look for and exactly what's happening right before our eyes. We're seeing these things are happening right before our eyes. Let's go here. Verse 3. Let's start up at verse 3 and we'll read down. It says in Matthew chapter 24, verse 3, it says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the signs of thy coming and the end of the world? So, the 12 apostles, they asked Yahushua when will be his second coming, when he going to return and set up the kingdom of heaven. Verse 4, and Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. So that's the first thing the Lord told him. You know what I'm saying? You got to have a spirit of what? Discernment in these times. You know what I'm saying? Knowing, what's real, what ain't real, what's right and what is wrong. You know what I'm saying? You got to have the spirit to see what's coming. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, you know what I'm saying? We're seeing a lot of lies and deception, but the Lord's constantly what? Removing the covering cast. Verse 5 says, For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. So, this right now, we're seeing a lot of people coming, talking about, I'm this, I'm that, what I'm saying? I am the Hamashiach. The Lord said, don't believe that bullshit. Lord, when the Lord show up, every eye shall see him, even the one that pierced him. The Lord's going to show up in that fathership. You're going to know when the Lord returns. Verse 6 says, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So that's exactly what we're hearing. We're seeing all sorts of rumors of war, left and right, Venezuela, and the United States. We're seeing what Mexico talking about. They're going in Mexico to combat these drug cartels. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things are constantly picking up. We're seeing right now that there's rumors that Iran talking about they have declared war on Israel and America, and said it's not going to be the same war as before. And also we're seeing that Israel is also Iran is in turmoil right now. The whole country right now is in the dark. They said the internet, they have a blackout over there. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that's happening. And so we're seeing right now all these rumors of wars are all over the place right now. Everyone is preparing for war. Verse 7 said, For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. And out of the we read Matthew chapter 24 a whole lot. So we seeing right now famines. You know what I'm saying? The famines getting ready to return. A lot of things are happening right before our eyes. You know what I'm saying? This great economic collapse. We already know that right now they're getting ready to transfer to a new system. You know what I'm saying? So we're seeing it happening left and right. Things are getting ready to go digital. We're seeing that the system is already here. These digital IDs, you know what I'm saying, telling you left and right, you got to have it. You know what I'm saying? In order to be able to go in that eventually to buy and sell. We're coming upon this time. The RFD microchip is already here. The Neuralink is here. These things are happening right before our eyes. So we're seeing a lot of those things are lining up. Pestilence, you know what I'm saying? It's super flu. You know what I'm saying? Which in fact, you know what I'm saying, it says it's a very strong virus. It says it's mixed with pneumonia, flu, it's mixed with the C19, also HIV. So we seeing a lot of these things are on the rise. Shalom to you on the comment board. Shalom. Let me see here what we got here. Okay, shalom to you, brother. Brakatha. I can't make out your name right now, but I look up on the thing. Remnant Law. Okay, Remnant Law. Yahushua. Shalom to you, brother. Shalom, Brakatha. But one thing about it, we know that we're here, man. These things are here. at the door. It said also, it says these pestilence, increase plagues, outbreaks, you know what I'm saying? So we seeing what the plagues are not slacking down for a moment, you know what I'm saying? It said here, it said earthquakes in diverse places. So we seeing earthquakes in different places around the world that happen simultaneously, California, Japan, Europe, Africa, everywhere, you know what I'm saying? South America, right here in our own backyard, earthquakes pretty much every day. And it says here in diverse places, you know what I'm saying? Different places around the world simultaneously. So all these are the beginning of sorrow. So right now we are in the birth pain. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said these things are going to happen, but the end is not yet. So that's where we're at right now. It says here, verse 9 says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So we coming upon that time where, great persecution of the saints is coming. That's what we constantly warn you about. We already know this guy came out, I think he's an insider, said about they're going to have to start controlling the social media, and they were going to have to limit what you call a First Amendment, your freedom of speech. So we coming upon that time whereby if you speak out against the government or speak out of something that they don't like you to say, then you're going to be deemed as a T-word. And also, they'll demonize you, also place you in a facility, and also you will be put to death. So a lot of these things are happening right before our eyes for what? His name's sake. For whose name's sake? Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua Mashiach. First they hated him, and also shall hate you. You know what I'm saying? These red devils, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm telling you, we hear it. Our own people also, you know what I'm saying? These 2/3. The Lord said, first my judgment will start at the house of Israel. Verse 10 says, and then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. So that's where we at right now. A lot of things are getting ready to happen. A great division. A lot of betraying is going to be going on. You're going to be public enemy number one. Even the people of your own household will turn against you. That's why you got to be prayed up. And the only one that is really your family is the one that's doing the will of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, which in fact is the house of David, the true believers. Verse 11 said, many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. So that's exactly what we're seeing each and every day. A lot of people, still, in these, what you call this colonial plantation gospel, still thinking the Lord love everyone. You know what I'm saying? Everyone can be saved. Still thinking that the Lord is white. You know what I'm saying? And I he's a Negro man from the tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about spiritual Israelites. You know what I'm saying? Getting drafted in. Or the heathens, they can get drafted in. You know what I'm saying? But that's a total lie. You know what I'm saying? Paul only talked to what Israelites. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And it's in verse 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Increased violence. You know what I'm saying? A lot of wickedness, a lot of abomination that's going on. So when you go into that word cold, it goes into psycho. So a lot of people right now are very cold, very calculated. People are walking time bomb, ready to be set off. That's the time that we're in right now. Civil unrest, civil war. You know what I'm saying? And also we seeing the spirit of vengeance is constantly moving through the earth too. Also, when you go to Ecclesiastes, Sirach chapter, I think that's 39 if I'm not mistaken, and verse 28 if I'm not mistaken. And it says here, verse 14, red letter Yahushua speaking, it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, then shall the end come. So we are exactly seeing that right now. You know what I'm saying? How we're seeing this, and how we, this gospel being preached throughout the entire world, as a witness, be through what? The World Wide Web, the internet. That's what we're seeing left and right. These things are constantly happening. It's constantly, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Lord said, wisdom and knowledge shall increase. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're seeing it right now. So it ain't no excuse. Pretty much anything that you need to know about this truth, pretty much common knowledge now. You can go Google, chat GBT. You go there. What you got the AI overview. Pretty much, it's out there. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is so it won't be no excuse when the Lord show up. I didn't know this, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Everyone got a smartphone. Everybody got a tablet, got a flat screen TV. You know what I'm saying? You got, the streaming sites. It's all over the place. On these social media sites, telling you about the truth, whether you will hear, whether you will forbear. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people turning their back on you. How about Shem Yahushua? Let's go down to verse 21. It said, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be. So we coming upon that time of trouble that we've never seen before, Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? The hour of temptation. and not about who would be most in trouble, which in fact the whole world would be in trouble, augmenting, you know what I'm saying? But who would be most in trouble, which in fact is still what they call the so-called people of color, you know what I'm saying? The Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Indians. I'm talking to you. And one thing about it, you are under attack, you know what I'm saying? They're at war with you. You know what I'm saying? We already seeing these ICE agents, they're constantly picking up. We already know they started with the Northern tribe, but it's going to eventually creep into the Southern tribe. Who shall rouse him up? And out about, Jacob's trouble, man. That's where we at right now, man. We coming upon these times. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people right now are still relaxing in their leads, still are not believing, and these things are happening fast and approaching right before our eyes. Let's read this once again. It said, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, nor ever shall be." So right now we come upon a great tribulation, a beginning of sorrow, mourning. You know, it's a great death and destruction. And out about 2026 is, what day with day 10. You know what I'm saying? It look at a lot of things is just constantly picking up left and right. Verse 22 is saying, "Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days should be short." So one thing about it, the Lord is constantly a speeding up time for what the elect say. That's why we constantly seeing these prophecies are constantly one behind another. That's constantly picking up just like the birth pain. Lord just making it happen. That's why the Lord said, "Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me." That's why the Lord is doing this. We're seeing that thing is constantly speeding up. And you ain't got to be doing a damn thing. Time just moving. You know what I'm saying? When you blink your eye, bam, it's morning. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at right now. We're in these times. Lord trying to speed this nightmare up so we can get the hell up out of here. You know what I'm saying? We're here. And it says here, let's keep reading. Let's drop down to verse 27. Let's keep reading Matthew 24, man. I'm telling you, very trending, man. We seeing right now, we're living in these times, real time. The Lord is getting ready to return. Let's see here. Let's start back up at verse 27. Let's drop down to verse 27. It said Matthew chapter 24, you know what I'm saying? And verse 27 said, "For as lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." So one thing about it, we get ready to witness. That's why the Lord said, "Look to the east, to the brightness of my coming." So the Lord's going to return in a great fathership, you know what I'm saying? A spacecraft, you know what I'm saying? Where every eye shall see him, even the one that pierced him, you know what I'm saying? You can read about that in 2 Ezra chapter 13, his great and glorious return, you know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to return. That's what we come from the east to the west, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And also Revelation chapter 1 and verse, I think 7, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It said, "Behold, he cometh with cloud. Every eye shall see him." So right now we in the beginning stages of the end of this world, also the revealing of the Son of Man, which in fact is Yahushua HaMashiach. The Lord is getting ready to return. Let's read this once again. The Lord's getting ready to turn on that Father shit. That's why we constantly hearing these things about Three-Eye Atlas. You know what I'm saying? They talking about, you know what I'm saying, this object is constantly moving closer to the earth than it's going back out. What is it? What is that? You know what I'm saying? Ignorant call it what? UFO or UAP, but we knowing them as the chariots of the Most High, the eyes of the Most High. They're in every place, beholding the good and the evil. Negro man riding around in what spacecraft? You know what they ignorantly call once again, UFO, UAP, but they are the chariots of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? The chariots of Israel. That is our what? Salvation. Verse 27, once again it said, "For as lightning cometh out of the east, and shining even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." It says here, let's drop down to verse 29. It says, verse 29 said, "So immediately after the tribulation, so in those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken." So out of the body, this is, describing this thermonuclear holocaust that's getting ready to return, you know what I'm saying, World War III. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a day of gloominess, a day of darkness, you know what I'm saying? Said the stars shall fall from heaven, represents those IBCM missiles. You know what I'm saying? So, that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what we getting ready to come into. You know what I'm saying? We're very close to that time. You know what I'm saying? But we knowing that the implementation of the RFD microchip got to come first. So these prophecies right behind one another. We know once they come with that, we know everything going to be just like a domino effect. So right now we seeing right there the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So the Lord's going to shake this place to its foundation. Verse 30 says, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. The Lord's going to show up in that great fathership. It said, then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of that fathership, the UFO or UAPs of heaven, with power and great glory. So the Lord's going to return. You know, every eye shall see him. So the Lord's going to return in the midst of what? A World War III. You know, so you can read about that in Joel chapter 3, 2 chapter 13. A couple other ones escape me right now, but those right there are the main ones. Verse 31, it said, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now, about the four winds goes into what? The north, south, east, and west, the four corners of the earth. So, you know, where we were scattered, the Lord is going to deliver from the place of our captivity. So a lot of our people right now, you don't think they're free, think they're not under. You know, our people right now, you know, they're in for a rude awakening. We'll put it like that. Let's read verse 32, man. You see right now, so the Lord is going to return in between the sixth and the seventh trumpet. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be delivered in the seventh trumpet. You know what I'm saying? Boom, we're going to be out of this. We're going to be out of here, man. Let's see here. Verse 32 said, now learn the parable of the fig tree. Said, when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaf, ye know that summer is nigh. So we know we're very close. We're very close. Verse 33, so likewise ye when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the door. So right now we know that we were very close. These times we've seen these prophets right now speaking like right now, loud and clear, is what even at the door. Verse 35, it said, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. So right now, this heaven and this earth age shall pass away. You know, this rulership is getting ready to pass away. This earth age. Esau is the end of this earth age, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So we are witnessing the end of an age. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to transition us into the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. Verse 36 said, but of that day and hour no man know, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So right now, you know, no one knows when the Lord is going to return. Not the angels, not himself, only the Father which is in heaven, which in fact the great King Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? He exists. You know what I'm saying? He knows when the Lord is going to return. And he's going to give him the order. He's going to give him the green light. And also we know that we're living in the days of Noah. Let's see how we running on time. My tongue is very dry. We probably get this a little bit more about the days of Noah. So we know that we're living in the days of Noah. You know what I'm saying? They was eating and drinking. We're going to get it right now. You know what I'm saying? Man, we're here. Red letter speaking, Yahweh speaking. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 37 said, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So we're in the days of Noah right now. So we are very close to the second coming of our Lord and Savior. Verse 38 said, for as the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage, so until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So one thing about it, so we know in Noah's time, you know, they were rebellion back then. The Lord preached. I mean, Noah preached for 120 years. You know what I'm saying? Hey, repent. You know, it's a return to your true power. But guess what? You know, they despised the words of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. You know, they constantly scoffed and mocked back then. You know, there's no new thing under the sun going on with their daily life. Everything is all right. Everything is, look, they're eating, they're drinking good. You know what I'm saying? They doing whatever, all sorts of wickedness and abomination. Doing, you know, they thought they was a good case. Verse 39 said, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. So right now, a lot of people are not considering the signs of the time. You know what I'm saying? Don't know who they are. Don't know who their true power is. And also don't know what time that we're living in. Not about we have the second coming of our Lord and Savior. The Lord is getting ready to return. You're supposed to be excited. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, constantly stand on fire for Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. Because the Lord, he's getting ready to return and set everything back into order. That's what we're longing for, left and right. Yeah, man, we're here. It says here, let's see what else we got. I think we might stop it right there, but we're seeing that we're very close. Might help, and let's see what we got on the comment board before we go out of here. So these are the days of Noah. We're here, it is at the door, man. A lot of things are constantly picking up left and right.
Breaking news
You know, a lot of things that happen. You know, as I'm through with the video, let's go to the comment board, see what we got on comment board. We'll close out. Let's go here to the comment board. See here, one moment. Let's get to the comment board, and we'll close out. Just like I say, man, the Lord's getting ready to return. A lot of people sitting there bullshitting and carrying on, and you lollygagging, and we're getting closer and closer to the end. And one thing about it, election has attained, and the rest was blinded. So we are very close to these times, man. We are here. It is at the door. Shalom to remnant, Lord, Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Shalom to you, brother, Brakatha. So I read this one. I brought this one out, but we'll bring it out again. Proverbs chapter 22 and verse 3 say, prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So one thing about that, a prudent man, a wise man, which in fact is a prophet, starting with the prophet, also the true believer, we foresee is the evil. Because what we seeing that the scriptures are lining up just like clockwork, and also it's saying the simple pass on is punished. You know what I'm saying? Because what? They don't believe. You know what I'm saying? They don't have faith. They don't have works, and they're going to be totally destroyed. The one thing about it, you know what I'm saying? A prudent man hides himself. How do he hide himself? What? With his wisdom, his knowledge, his understanding. You know what I'm saying? The secret place of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So when you go to Proverbs chapter, I think it's 18 and 10, you know what I'm saying? The name of the Lord shall be a strong tower. The righteous run into it and it's safe. Because we foresees the evil. Lord going to protect us in that time of trouble. The Lord is going to provide for us in that time of trouble. The Lord is going to deliver us with great glory and great power. Let's go here. Verse 2. I know I see, same brother, 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1 said, this know also that in the last days, perilous time shall come, for men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient, and to parents unthankful. So that's exactly what we're seeing right now. That do thy will spirit. A lot of people are covetous. A lot of people are very prideful. A lot of people are lovers of themselves. That's the mindset our people have right now. A lot of wickedness, that we have never seen before. Wickedness has exceeded, polluted the whole world, and their harmful works are fulfilled. So we are ready upon that time. Lord's getting ready to cleanse this place with that cleansing agent, which in fact is that with that fervent heat, the thermonuclear fire. Same brother said, you see that train? That's a sign right there. The Lord is coming. The Lord is coming. Man, that train be right on time. Almost time to get out of here. Said here, same brother, it says unholy, without natural affection, truth breaking, false accusing, uncunning, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure, more than lovers of the Almighty, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. So that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? And we are here. So I did a lesson on that earlier today. You know what I'm saying? That we're living in the last days, and they are near. So that's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people are very wicked. They hate the good. You know what I'm saying? And they love wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Like we had never seen before. Let's get this one right quick. We'll close out. Our people are very stiff-necked, very hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to hear the words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. We're here, man. It's at the door. Let's go here to Jeremiah chapter 4. We close out here. Jeremiah chapter 4. People, they don't give a damn. But guess what? When the Lord show up, there ain't going to be no more talking. That's where we at right now. That's why the men of the Lord constantly pushing out the best of their ability. You got to keep pushing. You got to keep believing. No matter what's happening all around, you got to keep going. We're almost at the finish line. You know what I'm saying? They ain't going to get bad, but they're going to get shown up good very soon. Through much tribulation, ye shall enter the kingdom of heaven. Let's see here. Let's start up at verse 20. It says here, Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 20, but the point in verse 22, it says, destruction upon destruction, is cried, said, for the whole land is spoiled. Suddenly are my tents spoiled, and my curtains in a moment. Let's get ready to happen. Verse 21 said, how long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? How long? You know what I'm saying? These damn wicked ass people, they hear the sound of the trumpet. They don't give a damn. Verse 22 said, for my people are foolish. they have not known me. They are Sardis children. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. So that's spot on what's going on with our people today. You know what I'm saying? They are Sardis, they are stiff-necked, they are stupid, constantly rebels of Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahushua. We're seeing that the signs of the times are here, but our people want to do do wickedly each and every day. Everyone is standing in their lot. You know what I'm saying? The just is just, and the unjust is unjust. The righteous is righteous, and we got the unrighteous. So that's the Lord has already got everyone standing in their lot. So we're here. Let's read this once again. It says here, verse 22 in the NLT, said, my people are foolish, said, and do not know me, says the Lord, said, they are stupid children who have no understanding. They are clever enough to do wrong, said, but they have no idea how to do right. Those are the 2/3. You know what I'm saying? They have no idea to do right. They don't want to do right. They want to constantly be in this same mindset. They constantly want to live wickedly. They want the crumbs off of Esau's table. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? But what's coming is better. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want better. They want this filthy, rotten kingdom. And the Lord's going to give it to them. If you love it here, you get ready to die here. That's where we at right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our people, they're shit, man. They don't give a damn. So we're seeing right now the signs of the times are here. We're seeing that the prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We're seeing right now we are almost at the end of this thing. It's better the end of this thing than the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So we are so very close. Let's get that right. We'll probably close out there. I quote it, I might would get it. You know what I'm saying? That's a good one to close out on. So we're seeing right now that the prophecies are unfolding. We're seeing right now that we're getting closer and closer to that evil time, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. And our people right here are still not considering the signs of the time, and evils are constantly growing all around us. Let's go here to Ecclesiastes chapter 7. Let's see what verse it is. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 8. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 8. It said, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And patient in the spirit is better than the proud in spirit. So right there, you know what I'm saying? Finishing is better than what beginning. You know what I'm saying? So we're at the end of this thing. You know what I'm saying? We're at the end of this age. We're at the end of this nightmare. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's getting ready to restore us. The Lord's getting ready to give us that spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? We get ready to go through a great tribulation period that we've never seen before. But the Lord said that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, even in death, you know what I'm saying? The Lord said he will give you a crown of life. So we don't give a damn whether we perish or we get delivered. We already know that we're good. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord is going to return. We know that the Lord is getting ready to set up that righteous order. We're seeing right now these prophecies are speaking loud and clear. We're seeing right now the Bible is the true book. And also we're seeing right now the Lord's constantly bringing forth judgment. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get more. It's going to be more increased. First, my judgment will start at the house of Israel. So we're seeing right now that 2026 is popping. We're seeing that these scriptures are lining up like clockwork. We're seeing that right before our eyes, that their sword and their destruction draws near. We're seeing civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? We're seeing that rumors of civil war is all over the place. We're seeing that this nation is divided, cannot stand. Also, we're seeing World War III. You know what I'm saying? The last and final war is constantly developing right before our eyes. And also, we're seeing UFO sightings all across the world. Man, we are here. It's at the door. So I'm going to face the east. I like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashir, Yahushua, Ba'ashir, Rikakwadash. And double honors to those great millstone while lunch is true. And also to those elect that is scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom, keep pushing, keep believing. And the Lord is going to do the rest. Shalom, shalom.